Your Classical Storytime is supported by the Minnesota College Savings Plan, the official 529 program for the state of Minnesota. Learn how you can invest for your child's college education and minimize your taxes at mnsaves.org. Welcome to Your Classical Storytime. I'm Valerie. In Eastern Europe, there are many stories about a girl they call the Snow Maiden. Some say she was the daughter of winter and spring. Other stories say she's the granddaughter of a man called Dzied Moroz, who's kind of like Santa Claus, an old man who brings presents to children in wintertime. During New Year's celebrations, young kids even dress up like the Snow Maiden. There are lots of different versions of the Snow Maiden story. This one is a tale that maybe reminds us to treasure winter as a special time, instead of always wishing for warmer weather. And now, the story of the Snow Maiden, with music by Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov. Once upon a time, there lived an old man and woman. They had a good life, but they'd always regretted that they didn't have any children. They felt their loneliness the most during wintertime. The cold air and gray skies made them sad. Oh, how they wished to be walking through a summer meadow with their child. One cold winter day, they saw some neighborhood kids playing in the snow, and that ache of not having a child of their own hurt more than ever. The old man turned to his wife and said, "Let's go outside and build a little girl out of snow. It will be like the daughter we never had." So the two built a snow girl, carefully forming her hands and feet, her cute little nose, her mouth, her chin, and so on, all out of snow. The old woman went inside and came back out with a hat and a scarf and put them on the little figure to make her pretty. As they stood back to admire their creation, something very unexpected happened. The little snow girl's lips suddenly turned red, and her eyes began to open. She smiled warmly at the old couple, shook the flakes off her body, and emerged from the snowdrift as a young, pretty, and very real girl. The old couple were overjoyed. They took her into their hut and named her Snow Maiden. They tended to her every need, and Snow Maiden grew quickly, not by the day, but by the hour. She was everything the couple could ever have dreamed of, always did her chores, never complained, and was very affectionate. The Snow Maiden spent most of her free time outdoors. She liked the feel of the cool breeze on her skin and loved being with all the creatures of the winter forest, the rabbit, the fox, the gray squirrel, and the white-tailed deer. And she loved the snow. She'd roll on the ground and make snow angels, and slide down the hill and glide onto the frozen pond below. At night, she loved to lay on her back in the snow and look at the black sky full of stars. Eventually, though, the winter started its farewell. The warm sun of spring began to creep in to heat the land. The old couple was so happy because soon they would have the chance to live their dream of walking through the warm summer meadow with their daughter, laughing and skipping as the birds sang and the bees buzzed among the flowers. But Snow Maiden was not happy. The old couple couldn't understand why. "What's the matter?" they'd ask. "Are you not feeling well?" "No, Mother, no, Father, I'm fine," she'd say. But there was no denying that something was wrong. As the last snow melted, as flowers began to grow in the fields, as the larks started to sing, the girl became even sadder. And she would hide from the sun at every opportunity. Once, dark storm clouds moved through, releasing a huge shower of hailstones. The Snow Maiden was thrilled and admired the hailstones as if they were giant pearls, but they quickly melted and she was sadder than ever. When summer arrived, a group of girls called out to Snow Maiden, "Come with us for a walk in the woods." Snow Maiden didn't want to go, but her parents said, "Go ahead, dear, you'll have fun. We can tag along if you're a little scared." So she went with the girls, with the old couple following along from an affectionate distance. The girls started collecting flowers, singing songs, and dancing. Snow Maiden didn't join in, though, and she wasn't having a very good time. Then it began to get dark, and the other girls made a fire from some twigs they'd collected. They continued to laugh and sing, and Snow Maiden could see how much fun they were having. Finally, she decided to join in. For the first time since winter, a smile formed on her face as she laughed and sang and danced with the others. The old couple smiled too, to see her joy. Then, one by one, the other girls began playfully jumping over the small fire they'd built. The Snow Maiden was laughing as she took her turn to jump over the flames. But halfway through her leap, fire met snow, and suddenly, she was no more than a cloud of icy white mist. As that mist rose to the heavens and disappeared, the other girls heard the echoes of Snow Maiden's joyful laughter and a very faint "Goodbye for now." The old couple wiped hot tears from their eyes, knowing how much they'd missed the Snow Maiden, still grieving the dream they'd had of a summer child. But they were able to smile through their tears, knowing they would see their winter daughter again. They decided right then that when she returned with the first snow, that instead of dreaming about walking through a sunny, flowery meadow, they'd celebrate all the things that make winter its own kind of joy. The beauty of snowfall, the clear, cold, starry sky, steam hovering in the air, fresh snow glittering like diamonds. So the next time you find yourself wishing for spring, remember, enjoy this winter while it lasts. The end. Thanks for listening to Your Classical Storytime from American Public Media. Find out more about today's story and explore the rest of our library at yourclassical.org/storytime.